Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome. If you're new here, hello, my name is Joshua. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thanks so much for coming back to my channel. Baby, we already know all about this story, girl. We already know all about this child. If you know, you know. However, I want to hear what Ohmeezzy has to say. And of course, I have some things to say myself. So yes, today we're going to be watching Slash. I'm going to be reacting to DDG and Halle are even more toxic than we thought. Let's go ahead and dive on in, shall we? Cause girl, this some shit.
DDG's turntable. Oh, how the turntables have turned again. Oh, how the turntables have turned again around, turned. Oh, how the tables have turned
Okay,
around
sir.
again to turn. Look, DDG flipped the whole script on Halle, and let's talk about it. Just yesterday on June 4th, DDG filed for an emergency court order for Halle Bailey to not be able to take their child, Halo, to Italy while she did some filming, while she did some vacationing, or whatever she was doing, and not have sole custody of the child. He was claiming a lot.
And it's been denied because DDG did that emergency shit, whatever, literally the last minute. Literally, if I remember correctly, literally the day before Halle and Halo were supposed to go over to Italy. Sir.
A lot of things about Halle and her relationship with Halo and DDG. Things that include things about self-harm, suggesting that she might hurt the child and herself. Allegedly an aberration was involved in, not taking the doses, taking his strap and running around the house, putting air tags in cars, physical violence, and all sorts of other crazy things. And as I was going to record this video, less than 24 hours later, we got an update that was actually denied by the judges. The judges said that she can remain with sole custody and that she can take the child wherever she does please. And I know a lot of the internet and timeline is upset and trying to figure out left from right, up from down, but let's unpack everything that we know so we can come to a conclusion together as a family. At this point, I am tired. I just clicked off of recording this video, and it has just come out that DDG was actually granted that restraining order, that temporary restraining order. This is why it's so tiring to have these conversations on the internet, because there's so many bad faith actors and people who want to push narratives and agendas and things like that. But honestly, I am tired of talking about this, and you'll see that throughout the rest of the video. But I just wanted to give the update here that DDG actually did get granted that temporary restraining order, so there's some equal justice for those that are looking for it, I guess.
Yeah, for the men, for his motherfucking dick riders, whatever. Okay, I thought he got denied. I thought he got denied it. But apparently, yeah, that doesn't really make sense because she got a restraining order against him, and now he got a restraining. Okay. Someone said that. I forgot who. Someone said that doesn't really make sense. She put a restraining order out on him first, and now he got one out on her. I thought something was denied. Something, if not the restraining order, something was denied.
In this conversation, I don't know. Keep watching. Now, off top, I've got to say this. Honestly, I'm disgusted that I even know this information. And I know we said a lot about celebrity worship over the past couple of days, and as this DDG and Halle situation is unfolded, we said that we weren't going to get into it, and it's a nasty mess. This is the reason why. I've maintained this sentiment from the beginning. These are very personal and intimate effects, and we don't need to know this. This is something that should be handled out in court, handled between the two of them, but not left for public consumption, because honestly, the way that the public consumes is not the best way for this to be judged upon. This isn't their family, this isn't their life, and they should not have so much say so. But let's just jump right into it. Now, all of these things are allegations. DDG claims that Halle Bailey was stalking him using air tags and multiple different tracking devices, not only in the baby's diaper bag, but in multiple different cars that DDG had at his property. Halle had reported that she had seen him be in Akron for a couple of days, but it seemed that DDG had let that she had seen
Academics, okay.
him be in Akron for a couple of days, but it seemed that DDG had left one of the trackers at Stream University or something like that. He does also acknowledge in his petition that Halle Bailey did not get hit by him. There was no sorts of physical violence caused by him, but rather the chipped tooth is explained by her launching herself into the front seat where she went and attempted to punch DDG, and when she launched herself, her tooth hit the steering wheel, and then that's how the whole thing got chipped. And also there's a claim, which
like
if I had any sort of opinion or speculation
like
about this one has to be the one, is that DDG called up to the OB office for Halle Bailey after she had some bleeding and cramps and stuff, only to find out that she had, asked for an aberration, and she had only taken 1 dose out of the 2-dose of aberration procedure. Almost slipped up and said it. And a lot of those things are damning, but probably the most damning allegation is that DDG got allegedly assaulted by Halle Bailey with a knife. And that evidence was depicted in the pictures that he submitted to the court system to say that, hey, it's not me that's doing these things, it's actually her, and this whole thing is crafted by somebody, some mastermind, her, or whoever the case may be. Now, because their life is totally on the internet, there's even been video depiction of Halle Bailey having these sorts of effects on her. There's a situation where DDG was seemingly streaming for too long, and Dub had to let her know to put that down.
I seen
as
this
she
bullshit.
threatened him with a knife if he did not get off stream.
He coming. What am I supposed to do? I think he off.
Oh, please. No tea, no shade. And you hear people. At the end of the day, I don't know these people. We don't know them. I'm pretty sure his mom is home. Me personally, I don't know Halle. I really don't think. And then Dub is like smiling. Dub is watching Halle walk towards DDG's room. Why? I just, this right here I don't believe. Or if she did have a knife, I'm pretty sure she was helping the mom cut something, maybe helping TT cut something, helping whoever, cutting something herself. Maybe the knife was dirty, she was cleaning it, whatever. I don't believe it's like. And I done seen this shit before, and she's like, we got to get some food. Basically, we got to get some food. She hungry. I think this is after Halle was born. I'm not sure.
Get up.
I mean, we still on. We gonna go get some food.
Okay, I'm about to get up.
Okay.
She got a knife in her hand.
Why you just not saying? Me personally, it seemed like he would have said that earlier. Not only that, but that's your brother. You should have been like, Tama, you think he getting off? You should have just said he getting off. He's off. Yeah, he's off. He's coming. And start walking out and closing the door. You should have been like, yeah, he's coming. He's coming. He just ended stream. He's coming. I really, and you should have said. And I hope Ohmeezzy. I highly believe his name is Omar. I hope Ohmeezzy shows the text messages, because I got something to say about those also.
Put it down. I gotta go, y'all, before I get
Boy, please.
I get whooped.
Now, nothing.
Shut up, boy. This should have showed his face. Why they cut it? Because I seen this.
I gotta go, y'all.
See, there was a little cut right there. Cause he looked all serious. Time I put it down, and then he turned to DDG and had a smile on his face. To me personally, that she wasn't about to do anything. I don't think she was going to do anything with that knife. Or he wasn't even talking to anybody. Halle had already probably walked into the kitchen, walked around the corner or something. He talking about put it down, and then he turned and like smiled at DDG, like smirked or whatever.
Before I get whooped.
Now, nothing physically depicted there, and I don't think that DDG and his legal team would even use that as some sort of evidence, but this is just a glimpse into how complex their relationship was during the time and is afterwards, which is displayed more throughout those text messages, which were insane. Not to laugh at it, but it was a little bit funny, but, which were insane text messages as well. Just showed us how really complex their relationship was throughout this whole thing. One of those things that was discovered in those text messages was the fact that DDG had been allegedly cheated.
I've been wondering, did he, because, well, he has an iPhone, it's blue. I don't know about Android, but I'm talking about like from Halle's standpoint. I'm pretty sure both of them have iPhones. No tea, no shade to any Android users. Cause with iPhones, it does not show. I was so confused by this. Did he print this off of a computer? I'm confused by this. If you have an iPhone, you cannot see, for each text message, you cannot see the date and the time unless you scroll, not scroll, unless you like hold it, you press it, and then you press it, and then you go to the left, and then it'll show you the time. Well, not the date, but whatever. It'll show you the time that you send it. Each of these is It's confusing to me. This is confusing to me. I don't. And it wouldn't be at the top. It should be at the side. So this is. And I highly believe Halle has an iPhone, so can you turn off? I think, yeah, you can. 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 So apparently she turned off autocorrect. And you can believe she's acting like this because there's text messages before Halo was born, and she's been allegedly, if these are real, and she's been saying shit like this. So that's a lie. You can believe she's acting like this. But I'm still just. She's saying all this. She's saying all this at 11:09. March 21st, 2024, 11:09 p.m. And then at 11:10. And then he replied back at 11:10. He replied back. Well, okay. Well, so she was basically blowing up his phone. He replied back at 11:10. And then at 11:11. Like, come on now, on some real shit. That's. Now I understand if it was. Of course, if it's in the same day. Now, if it was 11:09, and then it'll say like 11:16, I understand that. But 11:09, 11:09, 11:09, 11:09, like that's why I'm just confused by this. I'm like, can you print it from I don't like. I'm confusion. Can you print them from a computer? Why is they up here? Cause it shouldn't be like this. Unless is it a feature that you can do that? Is it a feature that you can do the date and time for like each text message?
Cheating on Halle Bailey or sleeping with another woman who DDG had been claiming was his friend for the longest time. Lala Baptiste, an online internet personality who allegedly was a participant in a action with DDG, as told by Halle through what seemed to be a tie.
Girl, Lala denied it. Lala denied it. However, people been bringing up shit, girl. People been bringing up shit from the past. Them collabing, saying like how they would talk to each other and certain shit. She said she sees him as in an old TikTok, I think, or old YouTube video. She said she sees him as a brother. He said, "Stop saying that. Stop talking to me like that. Like, stop saying that." Like, okay, girl.
Irate in the text message thread. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because this brings us to the reactions of.
And so, who else said it? I think goddamn Zoe said it. D Chanel or goddamn Zoe. Someone said, maybe Adrian Expression. Someone said that DDG was being messy because DDG could have blocked out her name because he's the one that's releasing this. And I didn't even think about that. I was like, he sure could have, messy ass nigga. Like he done dragged her into it. He could have. He blacked out their phone numbers, so he could have blacked out Lala's name.
Of people near and dear to the situation, you know, those that might know Halle, those that might know DDG, and what they think about it. And it starts off with Lala basically debunking the narrative that they had any sort of sexual interactions at all, and that DDG is just a close friend.
Context behind these accusations in general is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right? Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Let's start there. There was never anything sneaky going on. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to
But y'all videos didn't help. Those videos, someone played the video. It might have been a voice for the people. A YouTuber by the name of The Voice for the People. It was somebody that played the old video. No tea, no shade. Y'all flirting with each other and all that shit. That did not help.
to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay?
It seemed like all day today, Halle Bailey was getting debunked and slandered left, right, and sideways.
Yeah. They are so quick. When it comes to find out, at the end of the day, whether DDG would have did this shit or not, people would have been on DDG's side anyway. It's just ridiculous.
For her beliefs, her actions, and how she was depicted through these text messages, these screenshots, these photos, these whatever the case may be of what Daryl put out in order to get her to look a certain way and, you know, make his claim to the judge that she's not fit and I'm the actual fit one to be taking care of Halo. And Lala wasn't the only one. Because this is the internet and because DDG has grown a following over the past couple of years, it seemed like everybody had their opinion and wanted to support DDG to the fullest against what people have been deeming as evil Halle.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I already said how it is, Chad.
Aiden Ross, go fuck yourself. Ugh. First of all. Secondly, that's what, shout out to Aphrodite. At the end of the day, Aphrodite, I reacted to that video. Aphrodite didn't even need to say it because at the end of the day, if it's a situation where a man, I think I said the same thing in that video too. If it's a man versus a woman, they were together, there's a kid involved. Well, I was going to say, like, you're trying to keep the black man away from the child. Mainly, you're trying to keep the black man away from the child, or pretty much race, ethnicity doesn't really matter. If it's anything like that. But you know what? Yeah. Because that's the main thing that I be hearing. You trying to keep a black man down. Like, oh, God. Black dads aren't in the homes like that already. Just whatever. And like shit like that, they're always going to be on the man's side. So I'm just not surprised. When Aphrodite said that, I just wasn't surprised because it was already happening in real time. Like pretty much most people, was already on this nigga side.
I stand on it. Chat, y'all know the truth. I put DD in a group chat with my.
And the only two YouTubers by the name of Rodney DeVoice and Erica De Niro TV. They said the same thing, basically. Well, not the same thing, but they said that the text messages don't look right. The text messages do not look right. I'm confusion. I'm so serious. I'm confusion. Like it's the date, girl, whatever.
Lawyers? Shit.
Oh, so this is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense.
You know, can I just tell you guys something really quick about something like that? There needs to be a clause in legal where if a woman is trying to put allegations on a man and it gets caught in 4K, it's fake,
get in trouble.
The girl needs to do the time. Like, it's just, why the fuck is this not a thing?
Talking to this nigga Moo, I go to this nigga Moo.
That might be the one smart thing Aiden has ever said. Like, has ever said. Like, if a woman, if anyone accuses anyone of SA, then, okay, well, this, he ain't talking about that, but whatever, just saying. If anyone accuses anyone of SA and come to find out, you know, the courts get involved, the police, they do their detective work, they do their due diligence and all that shit. It comes out that they were lying. They need to do the time. I agree with that. They need to go to jail because that's not you shouldn't lie about that. You shouldn't do that. SA, DV, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. However, at the same time, it might not be a thing because this is like a fucking deeper conversation. Girl, we live in a patriarchal society and it's mainly men that SA women. So yeah, I don't think, wait. I'm about to confuse myself. Yeah, it's like mainly
Moo crib, right? We talking. Like, you know, we be having as niggas, you know, you had conversations.
Bitch, I'm about to confuse
speak about this
myself.
shit. This nigga says, like, you know, on your phone, right? Like if something's near and shit, like if like AirPods or something is near, it'll alert you. Dog said he got an alert on his phone for an AirTag. He's like, nigga, wait, what the fuck? Found that motherfucker in the whip.
In more and more clips, video.
I'm trying to make sense. I was about to confuse. I confused myself for a good 20 seconds. This is a patriarchal society, so no, but then they would. All right, this is complicated. Never mind.
Those screenshots, you know, something like Halle saying in the petition that he was not in LA, but screenshots of DDG actually being on stream where he was in LA came out this whole day. And honestly, I had to look at the Halle side and see how they were going to fight back. And what I got from the timeline was that she was in postpartum, was that she was upset, was that, you know, they're still backing her, was that DDG is lying, child safety, etc., etc., etc. Now, from the outside looking in, this seems like the most out-of-pocket conversation from Halle Bailey and the things that she is trying to plaster on DDG. But I want to go ahead and give a little bit of pause and just let people know that we do not know what's going on. If the only thing that we are talking about is from the legal sense, I think it's good to look at a lawyer's perspective and see what her thoughts are on this.
But even in the court's ability to use their discretion, they have to apply certain basic principles across the board, right? If you're going to limit one parent's time with the child or take a child away from both parents, you have to consider certain things, and there are certain red flags and buzzwords that are always going to move the needle. One is if you are violent, especially domestically. Another is if you're addicted to drugs or you have an alcohol problem. Another one is if you haven't seen the child in a long time. But another one that people don't seem to be understanding in this particular circumstance is if you can show the other parent has mental health issues.
And so I know a lot of people are saying today, after all that evidence, you know, being proven to be in DDG's favor, especially after, you know, they claim there was postpartum depression, but they've pointed out clearly that she wasn't even pregnant at the time. How could this situation go in favor of Halle where she gets to take Halo to Italy? And to be honest with you, I can't speak on it. I don't know. I heard that there was some sort of ring footage that was supposed to come out. I'm curious as to why that hasn't come out yet, since everybody is being so forthcoming. But at the end of the day, that's just a testament to how complex these situations are. We are only getting a glimpse of what the internet is showing us, allowing us to see, or whatever the case may be. We're not getting the full grasp, scope, picture, what they're telling the judges, what's really being presented, etc.
I think, well, obviously DDG being a man, the niggas, his friends, whatever, they act like they with him 24/7, and they inside his head, they know what he's thinking, whatever. They're going to be on his side. However, I think it's also like Halle seems to be too innocent. She seems to be too nice. She seems to be too quiet. I believe that's why people are also like looking at the shit. Cause y'all know that saying it's the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. So I'm pretty sure that's how some people are also looking at it. Excuse me. But yeah, DDG, he's not gonna do it. However, unless he's forced. But DDG needs to shut the hell up, get his ass off the internet, because he be running his mouth. The shit that Halle said, like all that stuff, the shit and all the stuff that he's doing. He had a conversation with AI Halle. I didn't even know that shit happened until maybe a few weeks ago. And even AI Halle was like, nigga. That was funny. Was even basically like, nigga, what have I done for you to talk to me like this and all and shit like that? Like, sir, you stupid. And then Dub getting into a fight, whether it was fake or not, that ain't helping shit. Okay, girl. It's just crazy. Like, again, like I said, it's always the quiet ones. I'm pretty sure that's what people are thinking. It's the quiet ones. You gotta watch out for the quiet ones. Like, Halle is too quiet, and DDG is the fucking opposite.
etc. We're reading this from our small lens and making judgments on the internet. Now, if Halle did half of the stuff that has been said in these documents and in these claims, listen, get the baby up out of there. Full stop. But to be quite honest with you, I just don't know. In the last video I just did with celebrity worship going too far and parasocialism.
No tea, no shade. Ohmeezzy, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let's be all the way 5,000. The shit, cause Halle brought that shit up. Halle brought that shit up recently. Like, Halle is keeping receipts, and Aphrodite said that same thing too. Aphrodite said she's keeping receipts, basically. But yeah, Halle also said that DDG and his family, the persons he's around, is violent. So, Ohmeezzy, let's be fair. Give Halo, if what Halle, I guess pretty much if what Halle is doing is true, like, just be fair. Give Halo over to the grandparents, whoever's grandparents. Give the baby over to Chloe Bailey. I mean, maybe no, cause see, I was about to say Chloe Bailey or TT, but no. Give the baby over to Chloe or their grandparents.
I talked about how people take these small glimpses of people online and feel as if they're obligated to more information that they can pass judgment. But the reality of the situation is that these people are living actual lives. So while we're screaming fuck DDG, fuck Halo, fuck Halle, yeah, and there are some people saying fuck Halo, best believe that there are people that are actually in this situation actually getting hurt, whether it be emotionally or physically. And I know fence sitting isn't the most popular thing to do on these platforms about these sorts of topics, but I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Stuff like this is so tiring to me, because if you've seen situations like this in real life, and I'm not even necessarily talking about situations of domestic violence, but I'm just talking about complex relationships, and damn near all relationships are complex. You know that it is not cut and dry like that. And you know that ultimately these people are doing these things to get back at each other, and has nothing to do with the health and safety and well-being of the child. I can't excuse any actions and I don't look to. I can't acknowledge or say that I understand any of these actions because I don't know what's going on. And personally, I don't think it's any of our business. I think this just goes to show that these celebrities are just like you and me, and that we should probably take a step back, because this just only gets crazier as we unravel everything. But I know people will be back when the ring camera footage comes out, or when Halle is back on tour, the next woman says that DDG is the best thing that's ever happened to her. This is just so messy. I honestly don't even want to touch it anymore.
Oh, D Green, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I hope he means let's be fair. Let's be fair. Like no tea, no shade. Ohmeezzy, you let's be fair. What he just said. He just said like situate on both sides.
I don't know what's going on, and personally, I don't think it's any of our business. I think these act each other, and has nothing to do with the health and safety and well-being of the child. I can't excuse any actions, and I don't look to. I can't.
Okay, he said any actions, so I'm pretty sure he meant any on both sides. And yes, at the end of the day, Halo, it's up to Halo. What the fuck? I mean, it's up to the safety of Halo. Damn, what the fuck? I mean, at the end of the day, as long as Halo is safe, that's what I meant. Damn. Anyways, like I said, those text messages just look confused, just don't look right. How did and I've been saying print off, cause they look all wide and shit. They look like they look like they've been printed, but no, they ain't been printed. Why am I saying print off? And is that a number? Is like that? Is that a page number at the bottom? I've been saying, did he print them off of a computer the whole fucking time? I didn't really mean to say that. But y'all know what the hell I meant. Me personally, it has to be, maybe it's a format. I'm gonna look it up on my iPhone. Maybe it's a type of format that you can do that. So you and like he did that just to show how unhinged and how unraveled she was and shit. Shit, excuse me. But either way, yeah, see, like it's like a page number or whatever. I guess it technically is a page number. Technically, whatever. If he sent this to the courts and shit, we'll just have to wait. Cause the internet be interneting, and the internet is nosy and shit. So whatever. But yeah, I heard something about, I think their court case, the court date June 24th. I heard something about June 24th. I think their court date might be June 24th. So I guess we'll have to wait till then, because apparently the judges see Halle as more fit. The judge, whoever, they see Halle as being more of a fit parent. Pretty much, basically. Just, but yeah, anyways, this is a fucking mess. This is a fucking hot ass mess, child. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Shout out to Ohmeezzy. Shout out to him. If y'all want to, like, comment, share, subscribe to him. Go support him. Also, if you want to support me, like, comment, share, subscribe to me. Period. Support me. Period. If you want to. I can't make y'all do shit y'all don't want to do. Only if you want to, okay? So, yes, everybody, please, please, like I say all the damn time, please love and take care of yourselves. Love and take care of yourselves mentally, verbally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, okay? Bye-bye. See y'all later.